Welcome to Twin Talks. I'm Nadia.
And I'm Nikki. And today we're doing an interview with plant-based chef Liz from BWell Solutions. Welcome, Liz.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
You are a plant-based chef, so really into vegan culinary arts, I guess. So we're wondering, how did you start with that? How did you come upon being a plant-based chef?
So I was always really keen and loved cooking in the kitchen and making recipes from scratch. So when my kids were young, I always wanted to make, the best possible choices for meals and whatnot. And then in 2012, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so went through all of the treatments that come with that and the surgeries and everything else. And when I finished all of my treatments, I was just really not well, and my immune system and my body, I knew, had taken a toll. So I started looking into how I could re-nourish myself, and based on my experiences previously, it just wasn't enough in my mind. So I started looking into what other options there were out there. And so I stumbled upon raw food, which is food that's not cooked under 118 degrees Fahrenheit. Lots of plants, nuts, and seeds. So it doesn't involve any animal products at all or any dairy products. So it is basically vegan. I remember it was a restaurant, like a local restaurant in Ottawa that my daughter and I went to, and I couldn't believe how good the desserts were.
Yes.
But when I had a piece of the dessert, I was satisfied. Like, I didn't feel like I wanted to have another piece and another piece. I just had a little piece and I thought, I'm really satisfied with that. So of course I went home because I love to cook. So I started looking, for recipes and different things. I came across a culinary academy that was offered, a course that was offered online. When I did that, I came out with all of these really amazing recipes and just a different way to incorporate raw food into my routine in my diet and into my family's diet. And I started to feel the difference. So I was able to sleep better, I had more energy, and I just overall felt really good. Eventually, as I went on, I was able to get off all my medications, which I was really thrilled about. So it made a huge difference and impact on myself and my family.
What would you say to somebody who is looking at becoming vegan? Would you say to tell them, okay, just try and wean off slowly, or just do it the way you're doing it, like flexible?
Yeah, I think everybody's individual, and everybody has their own reasons for changing their diet. So it's all trial and error in my opinion. Okay. You need to actually try and test out the waters and see how you feel, but you need to try it for a little bit of time. Right. So that, if you want to stop eating dairy, for example, so do it, but stick to it for a period of time, and then your body adjusts to it, and then when you go back and try, you might want to go back, or you have a craving for cheese, for example. You have a piece of cheese and you might think like, it just doesn't have the same appeal, or it doesn't have the same flavor.
So slowly is probably a better plan.
And I say, it's very individual. Some people just decide and they want to, for various reasons they want to try. And there's so many resources now to find different recipes, different flavor profiles. You might like certain foods and not other foods, or certain vegetables and not other vegetables. With the recipes that I create, they all have super flavorful results at the end. So it's all been tried and tested, and it's not an experiment.
Whereabouts are you located, and what kinds of things can you offer people?
Right, so I live east of Ottawa, but I'm available in the Ottawa area in general. My company name is BWell Solutions. So you can find me on Facebook at BWell Solutions. You can also find me on Instagram. I was teaching in-person workshops, so you would get an email with the recipe ingredients, and then we would connect online on a Zoom platform, and we would make the recipes together, or you could watch and listen, and then you would get a recording of it afterwards, so you could make it and rewatch the video, so you get all the information and the tips and tricks and everything as we make it.
But I think that's a great idea. Like, I would never think to do that. How is the business going so far?
So
even
it's
with
starting to
COVID.
pick up, yeah. So I've had a couple of people contact me to do classes for social committee group sessions, and that's really great for companies. I've also been making desserts, starting with desserts. They're all vegan, they're all gluten-free and grain-free. So those are the top 3 items of what I make. I don't use any gluten, any grains, or very little grains. Sometimes there might be rice or things like that. And I also make keto-friendly desserts and
that would be
foods,
good for a lot of people.
which is a plant-based keto regime, which is very different from the traditional keto diet that's high in animal products. So I've been making desserts, and they are actually quite popular. So I have a great cheesecake that I make and sell. And they come in all different flavors: strawberry, blueberry, mango, lemon, strawberry chocolate. And they're very popular, and I sell them by the full cake or by slices.
Okay.
I have a salted caramel recipe, which is, I think, the most popular. It's very good.
So do they place the order online, or they call you?
So they can find me online
Facebook.
on Facebook
Yeah.
or Instagram. I'll pick a day of the week and deliver, or we meet up at a agreeable location and drop off. And probably the menu will expand. Cauliflower, zucchini, pizza crust.
Oh, yeah.
That's
picking up too.
delicious. Yeah, so they're pre-made and they come in packages of 3 in a package. And yeah, so all you have to do is put it in your freezer and pop it in the oven.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you feel like you're being in an interview or what? What do you want for this business? How do you want this to manifest in the next little bit?
Yeah, I've always wanted to have a little cafe. That doesn't seem to be fitting in this time,
In the COVID time?
but I see things going online and being able to provide services to people online. My passion is to share the health benefits and to get people just learning different techniques and tasting it so that they're able to taste it and then how they feel afterwards. That to me is everything. And then they want to come back, or they want to, take it forward and make these recipes themselves at home.
I'm a believer because I've never had a vegan dish until the Thanksgiving episode. It was fantastic.
It was delicious.
It really was.
I'll give you credit. But I have had vegan,
I've never
and
had it in my life.
I'm being honest. There are times where the consistencies don't necessarily work because I'm not necessarily vegan. It's not that it doesn't taste good, but sometimes there's something. But this time,
It was
yours was perfect. Like it just had the right viscosity, the right taste.
It was very good.
It was great.
I'm a great believer in whole, real food and not processed. So everything from me will be whole, real food.
It's definitely not processed. It's fantastic.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for your expertise. And I hope that it works for you. I think this is a great Thanksgiving show, and really appreciate you coming to Twin Talks and sharing your knowledge.
Thank you so much. It's
Thank
been my
you.
pleasure.
So that's our show for today. Please like us on Facebook, Instagram, and like us, of course, on YouTube.
And you can find me here.
See you next time on Twin Talks.
I also offer catering services. I have done my own catering events for smaller groups with the raw food and raw food components and a vegan menu. So if anybody's interested in that, I'd be more than happy to discuss it.